welcome back to another episode in the kitchen with Courtney. I am your host, Courtney. Tonight I have something very special for you guys. Well, I guess it's special. We're making Birria tacos, and I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. But instead of using meat such as the traditional beef, we're using canned jackfruit. So this is 3 cans of canned jackfruit. I did Google. You can order this off of Amazon and from Walmart.com. I went to my local Walmart. I could not find it, so I went to Whole Foods. So if you're near Whole Foods or Trader Joe, you can also try there. We're going to go ahead and get this prepped. No, that's not what we're going to do first. First, we're going to get our peppers prepped. I have 2 ancho dried peppers, 2 Garello. Pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. They're really long peppers. 1 herbal chili pepper. And they're dried, so we're going to go ahead and put it in a pot of boiling hot water and let it steep and soften up for the next 3 to 5 minutes. So, while that is going, we're going to go ahead and get started with our jackfruit. As you can tell, it has that meat texture. Jackfruit is used a lot in vegan dishes. This is not a vegan or vegetarian dish. This is just a meatless dish where we are substituting a plant for the meat because we're still going to use our beef broth to help bring out that flavor. We have a half onion, which we're going to cook with the mixture. When everything comes together, we have our seasonings, which is ground cumin, garlic powder, chili powder, Mexican oregano, 2 bay leaves, and yeah, that was it. 2 tablespoons of minced garlic and 2 chili pepper that was in that adobe sauce. They come in a can, and I just took 2 of them out. For our meat, we're going to be seasoning with some of our own seasoning salt. So whatever seasoning you like to use when you're cooking any type of meat, garlic powder, of course, to help bring out a little smokiness in the flavor is if you got that seared on the beef. We're using a little liquid aminos, and it's a J, so I'm gonna say Hugo. It could be totally wrong, guys, but just bear with me. And this is a similar to beef bouillon cubes. This is like a liquid version of it. So while our peppers are in the pot, steeping in the hot water, getting soft, we're gonna add the jackfruit to our hot skillet to break it down and drain out some more of that moisture. It comes in a can with its own, I guess, liquids or preservative juice. I rinsed it twice. I tried it. It wasn't really salty, but you can tell that it was in something. It was brined in something. So I rinsed it a couple of times because I don't want to have it too salty on its own. And move this to the side. And so, see, it already looks like meat. It looks like maybe canned chicken. If you ever made like chicken salad. So I'm gonna go ahead and just break it down more because we don't want these big pieces. And as we add different seasonings and liquids to it, it's gonna continue to break down. And for this recipe, I'm using my Instapot, but for those of you who are using the stovetop or maybe a slow cooker, it's gonna take you after preparation and everything. It's still gonna need 45 minutes to actually cook. But in my Instapot, it'll just be 15 minutes total. So, and you know what, guys? It actually has a smell similar to meat, like a meat product. So I'm just cooking it down some so that the moisture in it will evaporate out or get cooked out, because we're gonna add it back with our own beef broth, and flavor and seasonings. So, and so jackfruit would be a great substitute if you're looking to convert to a full plant-based diet, or just, you know, probably replace a type of meat every once in a while in your regular diet. Right now, it looks like it can go for pulled pork. Um, I would love to see if you have ever cooked with jackfruit. Comment in the chat. If you would like to see something else cooked with jackfruit, comment in the chat. So as we break it down, and I'm just trying to get these big chunks. When it's all this one piece, it looks like an actual fruit. It looks like a plant. But as you break it down, it just started to look like its own type of meat. I think me personally, I have had tofu. I even tried to fry tofu because YouTube make it look so easy. Um, and the stuff I cook here and show you guys are easy. So this is no magic being worked. I'm no master chef. Like, this is, we're trying to keep it at that level where anybody can cook. Okay. So we're gonna put in the recipes are more exact on the site. So make sure you're visiting www.streamchannel7.tv. But we're gonna go ahead and start off with about 2 to 3 teaspoons of liquid amino. A little bit goes a long way. And I can tell you now, it already like changed the game. It just gives it a different smell. It smells like meat is being cooked in here. And we're gonna also add a couple. Let me take this top off. Oh, I can't, so let's just drop it. Let's say about 2 to 3 teaspoons of this Maggi seasoning. If you don't have this or cannot find this in your local store, get some beef bouillon cubes and just add them to it. If I had some, I would be using that instead. But for some reason, the 2 Walmarts I've been going to, they have not had beef bouillon cubes. You can find the beef broth, and I was able to find this, and of course, chicken, but not the beef bouillon cubes. If you ever want to spice up your greens, add 2 chicken bouillon cubes. Let's go ahead and taste this jackfruit just to see how the flavors are. Oh, it's flavorful. Um, I'm not gonna add that much seasoning because the sodium is there. So err on the side of caution. I think I'm going back and update the recipe. Do 1 teaspoon and taste and go. I'm going to add this garlic. Now you can go crazy with the garlic. This is garlic powder. And I'm just gonna do a little, we're gonna take like a teaspoon of this slap yo mama. And we're just gonna go from there. All the other seasons that we will be adding to the actual dish once we bring everything together are spices. So we really need to watch our sodium. So I have salt just to add because we're gonna be diluting this salt with some water. But we want to make sure the flavor is still there, and there's a lot of flavor in this jackfruit. And you know what? It's okay if you don't get all the pieces broken down finely. I wouldn't recommend chopping the jackfruit, at least not for this recipe, because we're gonna cook it in our pressure cooker. And this, even if you're cooking on the stove, it's gonna be cooking in a sauce, so it's going to break down and pull apart. Okay, so this is 3 cans at Whole Foods. They were on sale for $2.99, so about $6. So if you're trying to do a good meat substitute, this will surely feed a family of 4 with some nice size small tacos. Enough for them to probably get like 3 each. And then you add your other dippings and your salsa and your guac. But you can always buy more cans. Okay. Okay. So it is, let's say cooked. It wasn't a meat, so you could just ate it as is. But it's, the moisture is gone, and so that's what we were looking for. So we're gonna go ahead and move this to the side. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my eye off and move this to the back. And we're gonna take a quick 3-minute break, and we're gonna switch over and go ahead and get our chili sauce together.
Hi, Beauties and Babes. It's Lonnie Noel.
Beauty Tutorials Unveiled.
We'll be talking about how to master the soft glam.
For the looks that are easier said than done. Watch live and you could be invited on the show to get live feedback on where you go wrong.
If you're anything like me, it is a struggle.
Don't miss Beauty Tutorials Unveiled. Watch live on YouTube. Wednesdays, 9/8 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
What got me is like there and was like, "It's a rat in here. It's you." The acting, but you know what? I know people like that in real life.
What's the word with Kay Hicks?
We've got trivia, special guests, and whiskey.
Pour a glass of whatever you're drinking and buckle up.
What's the word?
What's the word with Kay Hicks? Watch live on YouTube. Wednesdays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
It's a strong indication that your partner has issues with commitment, period.
When you've got questions, she's got the answers.
We do have a caller.
But what she says might not be what you want to hear.
The solution to that is Gullah Jack. Gullah Jack tells you plain and simply to just nut the up.
Courtney Unfiltered. Watch live on YouTube and you could be invited on the show. Wednesdays at 10/9 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
Hi. Can I get the now bar, please?
No problem. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a now bar, please?
$1.
Thanks.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
How's it going? Can I get a now bar?
Hey, stop right there! Get down on the ground! Out of your car right there! Show me your hands! Now!
Lyrical Pursuit. Teams will compete, but there can be only one winner. In the game that tests music lovers on how well they know the exact lyrics to some of the most popular songs. Watch live and you can be invited to play around live on Channel 7. Lyrical Pursuit. Mondays at 9/8 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
Hey, I'm BC Paul, and this is Can You Sing?
We know you think you can sing, but can you sing?
How long have you been thinking you can sing?
Get voted in to compete for prize money. Can you sing? Watch live on YouTube. Mondays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
America, land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear, to drive through all 50 states, to sleep safely in our own beds, the freedom to jog where we please, to watch birds in the park, to wear a hoodie, the freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter.
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him. He's got to come home with me. Now I'm anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little...
Hi, Beauties and Babes. It's Lonnie Noel.
Beauty Tutorials Unveiled.
We'll be talking about how to master the soft glam.
For the looks that are easier said than done. Watch live and you could be invited on the show to get live feedback on where you go wrong.
If you're anything like me, it is a struggle.
Don't miss Beauty Tutorials Unveiled. Watch live on YouTube. Wednesdays, 9, 8 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
What got me is there and was like, it's a rat in here. It's you! The acting. But you know what? I know people like that in real life.
What's the word with Kay Hicks?
We've got trivia, special guests, and whiskey.
Pour a glass of whatever you're drinking and buckle up.
What's the word?
What's the word with Kay Hicks? Watch live on YouTube. Wednesdays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
It's a strong indication that your partner has issues with commitment, period.
When you've got questions, she's got the answers.
We do have a caller.
But what she says might not be what you want to hear.
The solution to that is Gullah Jack. Gullah Jack tells you plain and simply to just nut the up.
Courtney Unfiltered. Watch live on YouTube and you could be invited on the show. Wednesdays at 10, 9 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
Hi. Can I get the now bar, please?
No problem. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a now bar, please? Uh-huh.
$1.
Thanks.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
How's it going? Can I get a now bar?
Hey, stop right there! Get down on the ground! Out of your fire rank, you dick! Show me your hands! Now!
Lyrical Pursuit. Teams will compete, but there can be only one winner. In the game that tests music lovers on how well they know the exact lyrics to some of the most popular songs. Watch live and you can be invited to play around live on Channel 7. Lyrical Pursuit. Mondays at 9, 8 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
Hey, I'm DC Paul, and this is Can You Sing?
We know you think you can sing, but can you sing?
How long have you been thinking you can sing?
Get voted in to compete for prize money. Can You Sing? Watch live on YouTube. Mondays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
America, land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear, to drive through all 50 states, to sleep safely in our own beds, the freedom to jog where we please, to watch birds in the park, to wear a hoodie, the freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter.
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him. He's got to come home with me. Not anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little
the jackfruit and add it to my Instapot pot. And I have removed and drained the peppers that we were soaking in that boiling hot water. We're going to make our pepper sauce for the Birria. And we're going to add half a cup of water, the 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, and the 2 adobe peppers. And this measurement is based off of the fact that I only bought 3 cans of jackfruit. So depending on how much meat you're cooking, you may want to add more or less. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. We're gonna use my friend's Ninja, and I'm just gonna do it over here. So remember, we had the 4 dry peppers all together: the ancho, the garliero, which I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing wrong, the herbal chili pepper, and the 2 adobe peppers with the garlic. Now, some people drain theirs. Not drain it, strain it. I'm not gonna strain mine. So I forgot to add, when you're cooking your jackfruit, after we added our seasonings and stuff, we're gonna let it cook in the skillet for 5 to 7 minutes and a cup of beef broth. So I added that during the break. We are going to go ahead and add our chili mix. Make sure we get all of it. You know what? This is what I like about the Ninja blender. It's just a bit different. The more affordable ones are more affordable for a reason. Their blades are a little bit smaller, a little closer to the lid, to the bottom. So you want to get all this chili sauce. So if you have a slow cooker and you one of those people who like to do slow cook meal, this is a good slow cook meal. You can probably omit the first step as long as you drain it really good. Go ahead and season and put everything in your slow cooker. If you are leaving the house, go ahead and put it on low. You may have to double up your time, maybe 4 to 6 hours. But if you are, trying to cook a meal for tonight and you're trying to set it and forget it, you can also put it on high for a shorter time. And I'm using my Instapot. So on the stove in your big pot, cook down with all the seasonings and vegetables, which will the onion. It'll be 45 to 55 minutes. My Instapot will be 15. So we are going to go ahead and add the remaining 2 cups of beef broth. And we're going to go ahead and add another cup. So this is half a cup. Another cup of water. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and make it 2 cups of water. Because it's in the pressure cooker, it's going to cook down some, and you do need that juice for your sides. So you can dip your tacos. And we'll make them juicy tacos. Our bay leaves, just throwing in 3 of those, and this is our mixture of cumin, ground clove, chili powder, and Mexican oregano. Get that little mix. And I'm gonna sit this in there. Boom. You know what? Let's make it an even 3 cups of water. Because I don't want it to be just completely dried out. And we're cooking this on high for 15 minutes. So if you're keeping count, we're at 3 cups of water and 2 cups of chicken broth. Going to the Instapot. And guys, let me know if you want to see a Instapot meal recipe, because Instapot is amazing. Have you ever woke up one Sunday and like, man, I want some greens, I want some cornbread, I want some macaroni and cheese, but like, man, I gotta pick and clean the greens, and then I gotta wait 2 hours or 4 hours for it to cook. You don't. You just can throw it all in the pot, and it cooks for you perfectly. Life hack. Got it. So guys, you gotta make sure your vent is closed. And you guys probably can't see this. I'm gonna work on my setup, and we'll go over the whole pressure cooker, Instapot gadgets, and we'll cook a meal together. So we are cooking meat, and we're gonna decrease that time. You know what? Let's cancel that. Let's just cook something on high. For 15 minutes. And There you go. So you will pressure cook, and then you'll select the I guess type of meal that you're making, like if you're cooking rice or beans or meat. And then once you set it for your time, you have to wait until it say on, and then go ahead and get started. So we have everything in the Instapot. We drain our jackfruit. So you buy canned jackfruit, which I recommend because those jackfruits are really shaped different and challenging. I don't want you to hurt yourself trying to cut it and get the flesh out. So the canned jackfruit, I strained it, I rinsed it, and I rinsed it again. We add our own little seasons. The liquid amino brings in a lot more sodium than I anticipated. So I will advise you guys to start out with 1 teaspoon of liquid amino. And we add our other seasonings and our broth, which I said we add a cup of beef broth. Once again, if you are a vegetarian or a vegan, you can always use vegetable broth. We're just doing a meatless meal, and this was bringing the flavor. We soften our peppers by putting them in a pot of boiling hot water for about 3 to 5 minutes, give or take. And then we blended that with our garlic and our adobe chili peppers. So we are going to take a quick 5-minute break. When we come back, we're going to start prepping our shells. And in 15 minutes, it'll be done.
Hi, beauties and babes. It's Lonnie Noel.
Beauty Tutorials Unveiled.
We'll be talking about how to master the soft glam.
For the looks that are easier said than done. Watch live and you could be invited on the show to get live feedback on where you go wrong.
If you're anything like me, it is a struggle.
Don't miss Beauty Tutorials Unveiled. Watch live on YouTube. Wednesdays, 9/8 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
What got me is like there and was like, it's a rat in here. It's you. The acting. But you know what? I know people like that in real life.
What's the word with Kay Hicks?
We've got trivia, special guests, and whiskey.
Pour a glass of whatever you're drinking and buckle up.
What's the word?
What's the word with Kay Hicks? Watch live on YouTube. Wednesdays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
It's a strong indication that your partner has issues with commitment, period.
When you've got questions, she's got the answers.
We do have a caller.
But what she says might not be what you want to hear.
The solution to that is Gullah Jack. Gullah Jack tells you plain and simply to just nut the up.
Courtney Unfiltered. Watch live on YouTube and you could be invited on the show. Wednesdays at 10/9 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
Hi. Can I get the now bar, please?
No problem. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a now bar, please? Uh-huh.
$1.
Thanks.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
How's it going? Can I get a now bar?
Hey, stop right there! Get down on the ground out of your fire rank, you dick! Show me your hand! Now!
Lyrical Pursuit. Teams will compete, but there can be only one winner. In the game that tests music lovers on how well they know the exact lyrics to some of the most popular songs. Watch live and you can be invited to play around live on Channel 7. Lyrical Pursuit. Mondays at 9/8 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
Hey, I'm DC Paul, and this is Can You Sing?
We know you think you can sing, but can you sing?
How long have you been thinking you can sing?
Get voted in to compete for prize money. Can You Sing? Watch live on YouTube. Mondays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on Channel 7. Believe the hype.
America, land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear, to drive through all 50 states, to sleep safely in our own beds, the freedom to jog where we please, to watch birds in the park, to wear a hoodie, the freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him. He's gotta come home with me. Now I'm anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little bit
One, two, three, four tortilla shells. Now we're gonna cut these into smaller pieces. So we're gonna cut them into triangles. I'm gonna go this way, and then I'm gonna go this way. So this is something fun if you wanted to do dessert nachos with the kids or the bae. Show them that you got some skills in the kitchen. So, and the more you cut them, of course, the smaller they will be, but also the more you'll have. So, once again, budget-friendly hack, something quick. If you want to go the extra mile, after we fry them and take them out, we're gonna quickly toss them in the cinnamon and not brown sugar, and just regular granulated sugar. If you want to go the extra level and make these some full dessert nachos, whip up some cream cheese for dipping. Mix up some fruit salsa. Get you some berries. Get you some strawberries and blueberries and some little apple pieces and mix it with some strawberry cream cheese. There you go. Dessert chip and dips. So we're gonna wait. Okay. My oil is hot. That's the key. Make sure it's hot. It won't take them long. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put a couple in, especially the small ones, so I can take them out. And we're not gonna overcrowd it. So you have a wider skillet, you can put more, but I like to use deep pots when I'm frying or deep frying something. And as we take them out, we're gonna shake them off a little bit, drop them in here, and toss them in the sugar. Cook, baby, cook. Ooh, get some want to elevate it to the next level. Get you like 4 tortilla shells, slice them into thinner strips, toss them in your cinnamon sugar, top them with scoops of ice cream, and then cover them with some hot fudge and some nuts. Some nuts. And there you go, dessert nachos for real. So as many things you can do with this. So you want to go whole like Taco Tuesday Mexican food night? Boom, you have dessert already. Let's go ahead and get these out. See, you just want to go ahead and like fry them in hot oil until they get brown like they are now. Not too brown. Like I'm gonna show you one that's about to come out and it's a little dark. And that's not what we're going for. Now I would have lined this with a paper towel. And then you just add the rest of them in there. You can also do this in a deep fryer and in an air fryer. Comment in the chat if you'd like to see more air fried meals and more meatless meals. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss this in the cinnamon and sugar. And you want to do it when it is fresh out the grease, so that it can stick to it. I'm gonna just go ahead and try one. This is good. It kind of give me that funnel cake taste. Not necessarily texture, but taste. Imagine eating this with some ice cream. Fellas, if you really want to impress a woman, the way to her heart, her real heart, is her stomach. Cook her a really good meal and bust these out with some ice cream. Yeah. You're going to get moved up on her list, I promise. She's going to save you in her phone as dude that can cook. I'm going to cut this some more. One more. Like I said, if my pot was wider, or if I had my shallow skillet, I can put more in there, but since it's taller, and I don't want to overcrowd them, so I'm going to make sure everything is covered. So cinnamon sugar is like my go-to for desserts. I make a very, very, very delicious honey bun cake. And cinnamon roll cheesecake. And yesterday, just me, I made a cinnamon pizza. I had some leftover Pillsbury dough in a can, threw some butter and brown sugar and cinnamon sugar in there and just put it in the oven. And it was good. Not good for me, but it was delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my eye down because these are getting darker faster. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that over here. Oh, this kind of remind me of that my no bake churro cheesecake. So comment in the chat if you would like to see a longer segment and we're baking, because most baking requires a little more time. But I do have dessert episode coming up real soon. So if you have a sweet tooth like me, make sure you tune in. Gonna flip these over. So we're gonna go ahead and take them out. Like I said, this is a really quick and easy last minute type of dessert snack to add to your dinner. If you're doing Taco Tuesday, if you're doing nachos, build your own nacho bar, build your own nacho sundae bar. Go ahead and turn up kids' birthday parties out. Kids gonna be super comfortable going back to school. So had to build your own nacho sundae bar. Make your kids popular. And save yourself some time and money. I always wanted to toss the like the salads and the pasta and the stuff in the bowl like they do on TV, and they get up high and they slurp and they enter the bowl. I don't want to make a mess, so I'm not going to do that right here. So we're going to shake. I'm going to go ahead and cut this eye off, and we're going to go ahead and move this over. So we won't hurt ourselves. Now, this meal we're cooking is budget friendly. Give or take, you have most of the ingredients at the house, which you should. The seasoning, the onion is still gonna be less than $1. The peppers, you may have to go to a Mexican grocery store to buy them, but they're like a big bag for like $1 or something. And the jackfruit, it was still $6. If you went the actual meat route and you got the beef, when I brought it and made like the beef burritos, I spent about $17, but I got a higher grade, a higher cut of the meat. So it depends on what's in your budget. I don't recommend ground beef, but any other cut that's more budget friendly, get that. And tortilla shells. Pretty sure you got some in your cabinet right now because we have Taco Tuesday every Tuesday. And while we wait, we're gonna snack. Just will go really good with some ice cream. Now it's giving me churro feel. This is good. And it's still warm. This is not too sweet. I think the kind of saltiness from the flour tortilla balances it out. And this one really good cinnamon. Okay, this is my last one, I promise. Okay. So one thing I forgot to mention about the pressure cooker, it has to pressure up. So the cook time is still 15 minutes, but apparently it took about 5 minutes for it to pressure up. If you're not familiar with a pressure cooker, this Instapot is a pressure cooker slash rice maker slash slow cooker slash bread maker. But a pressure cooker is used like old school pressure cookers, like a pot, what has a really tight sealed lid and that you cook on top of your stove. If you ever watched Iron Man, Iron Chef on the Food Network, they use it because it'll cook the food. The pressure cooks it faster. So if they're cooking some tough type of meat, a lean meat, they're gonna pressure cook it before they braise it or deep fry or whatever they're gonna do to it. Mm. That was the same one, guy. So we have 12 minutes left. And I don't have any ice cream or nuts or fudge to build the sundae I've been talking about, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to McDonald's after this and get a caramel sundae to finish off with those chips. Okay. Just one minute. Since we're ready. So while we're waiting, do anyone have any questions? Talk about the jackfruit, about meatless meals. Technically, today is day 2 of my 5-day of meatless meals. Yesterday, I made this bomb vegetable omelet sandwich, delicious, for breakfast. And I did my fried rice recipe and threw in some stir fried veggies. And it was really, really good. And this morning, I had a smoothie bowl with granola. I ate some cake for lunch, but wasn't any meat in it, so it's still good. And tonight, we're eating Birria tacos. We have about 10 minutes left. Okay, I'm through with you. This is a really good snack, guys. Aside from the sugar, you can either use Splenda or cane sugar or some type of other sugar substitute. But if you want a quick little sweet snack, here you go. And make you some get you some fudge to dip it in. Oh, I just can't stop thinking of stuff. So while our burritos are still cooking, we're gonna go ahead and get our skillets together. And I'm just gonna talk to you about like I talk to my students. Does anyone have any questions over what we just did today? The information I just covered. This is your time to ask those questions. Okay, remember, if you don't ask those questions now, you try to email me later, I won't respond. That's how I used to tell my students. All right, we got 9 minutes, so let's do a girl chat. Who's on the chat today? Can we get a roll call? Anybody on the chat from Mississippi? Anybody viewing in from a different state? Anybody viewing in who do not know me or the producers of the show? I would love to know. Hey, cousin. We have a question from Chanel Stansel, and she wanted to know how jackfruit tastes. Prior to us cooking it and adding the season and the broth and the liquid amino, it still had a taste like canned chicken to me. So if you ever made chicken salad with a can of chicken, it is giving me that canned chicken taste, maybe because of the texture and the look. And I know you heard this all the time. Everything tastes like chicken. Frog leg tastes like chicken. Alligator tastes like chicken. If you fry it, it tastes like chicken. But this was just giving me a really good meaty taste, and it didn't taste like beef or pork, so I'm just gonna go with chicken. And for those of you who do not live near a Trader Joe's, HEB, or Whole Foods, I believe you can order from Amazon or Walmart. So give it a try. You may love it, you may not. Any more questions? Where to find the peppers? How to de-seed the peppers? Could somebody tell me how to properly store the peppers? Because some of my peppers got really, really, really dry. And I had them in a Ziploc bag. So if you're familiar with how to properly store the dried peppers for longevity, let me know. Because Just like teaching, I want to learn from you guys. We teach each other. That's what teaching is. Guys, I'm so happy to be out of school for summer break. I'm not going to front. I'm so happy. I have another question from the chat about whether or not I cook a lot of meatless meals. I try to. I'm on my health journey. I don't want to say weight loss because it's not just focusing on weight loss, but I'm on my health journey, and part of that is cutting out a lot of processed foods, a lot of fried foods, and a lot of meat. So I still eat meat. Don't get me wrong. A chicken is not safe near me, but I'm cutting back. So this week was meatless. This was requested by my friend Shambry. She really wanted to try the jackfruit and the Birria taco, so she got a 2-for-1 special. I did try the tofu. I didn't do it right. Because like I said, the people on YouTube that make it look super, super simple, that's the same with the weave community. Like I'm looking at how to dye your lace and how to create your own wig, and they make it just look so easy. It's not that easy. Like it's not that quick. It's probably simple, but it's not that easy. So I'm gonna try again with the tofu, and I'm gonna try that Satan. It's a not Satan. Is it Satan? Satan. Satan. It's a wheat. It's a wheat, right? It's some type of protein. It's gluten free, and so that's why a lot of people who have gluten intolerance like to cook with it. But it's really a great meat imitator because you can add your own flavor to it. And just like that texture of the jackfruit, like you saw when we were pulling it apart, it looked like pulled chicken. It looked like pulled pork. So people make steak and deep fried chicken from the seitan. So maybe we'll do that next. If you guys want to see it, if you do, you have to let us know. So make sure you comment in the chat. Make sure you comment on the page. Make sure you subscribe and support. 4 minutes, guys. So we are getting ready. In 1 minute, we'll take a quick 3-minute break, and then we're gonna put it all together and let you guys watch me eat it. But no, I'm gonna taste it. So make sure that everything we did and said turned out right. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna wait. Any more questions? We have about a minute left. Okay, we have another question from the chat asking, is jackfruit hard to find? It wasn't hard to find for me because I live in Dallas and I'm near Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and specialty stores. If you are in a smaller city or town that don't have a variety of grocery stores, like you may have your Kroger or your Walmart or your local Piggly Wiggly, it may be harder to find. But if you are planning ahead, which I always recommend planning ahead, you can order it offline from Amazon for sure and from Walmart. So I went to Walmart looking for it, trying to do a one-stop shop, and it wasn't there. But when I went to Walmart.com, they had several varieties. So it just depends on the area you're in. But it's out there. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. When you come back, we are going to be assembling our Birria tacos and still going to fold it over, do the sizzle and the cheese. I'm not going to show you the process of venting or deventing the Instapot, but guys, comment. Let me know if you would like to see an Instapot meal and how to maneuver through the Instapot. Like if you were looking at the Instapot and like, I want to buy it, but I don't think I can really use it. I like to cook my stuff old school. No, save yourself some time, sis. Get you an Instapot. So let me know if you want to see a tutorial on how to use it, what you can use it for, and we cook a meal together. I'm not sponsored by them, so whether or not you buy it, up to you. But I love my Instapot. It's amazing. And it's a time saver. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and take a quick 5 minute break, and I'll be right back with those tacos. Hey guys, welcome back. So, what would have taken 45 to 55 minutes to slow cook on the stove, we did in 15. And you should see it's a whole onion still in there. We're just gonna scoop around that. And so I have some butter in a skillet. I'm gonna go ahead and dip my shell and put that over there. And we're gonna go ahead and scoop out some of our meat. And yeah, it broke down really, really good. And you want this juice or this sauce, because then you're gonna turn around and dip your tacos in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this. It doesn't just look like stewed chicken or pork. So guys, don't be like me. Next time, use like the spoon with the what is my spoon? With the little holes, the little straight holes, a little cheese, a little onions and cilantro. And we're gonna go ahead and flip it over. See, that's what I was afraid of. It would get too soft because of that liquid. Because they're supposed to be kind of crispy shelled, then juicy tacos because you dip them in the consomme. Consomme. Really should practice these words before I go on live TV. I'm gonna go ahead and make another one. Because who eats one taco? My niece will eat 3 tacos. Cover it a little bit. And if you're using a non-stick skillet, you don't have to use the butter. So that's optional. I'm gonna go and put my cheese down first this time. I'm gonna try to make sure most of the juice is out. And this is traditionally served with corn tortillas, but honestly, it's just your preference. If you are a flour tortilla person, do you, boo? Or if you just have flour tortillas in your cabinet, really do you? Oop. Be careful, guys. Okay. Can we get this to work? I think that's why they kind of fry the shell a little bit, like kind of crisp it up in the skillet first before they add the meat. And we're gonna flip it, and then we're gonna plate it. So I got on one side. Let me move this to the side. Ooh. So be careful when you're flipping these shells. And guys, don't limit yourself to just tacos. If you like quesadillas, make you some jackfruit Birria quesadillas. Oh. So I'm thinking about our next couple episodes. Next week we got another very interesting new dish for you guys. But one day we should do breakfast. Breakfast at night. Maybe a little brunch, make some mimosas, and do a couple of brunch dishes. Matter of fact, let me know in the comments. I wish I had a cute little bowl for my pasta bag, but I don't. So this bowl will have to suffice. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn this down. And we're just gonna let it get a little brown on that side before we move it. So while we're waiting, use a little knife. Yeah, this looks just like meat. Super fruit. Um, any kids watching, do not do this at home. Don't eat with a knife like this. Okay. It's a mild kick. If you're a big Mexican flavor fan, this is for you. It's I can taste the pepper's flavor, not necessarily just feel the heat of it, because I remove the seeds. Now, if you do not do that part, which that's something I did pre-show, I sliced them down the middle or off the top, and I just got all those seeds out because the heat is in the seeds. So, if you are a heat seeker, keep some of the seeds. If you are not, get rid of those seeds. I think these may be a little bigger than the traditional ones you'll find, especially out there in California. Because I didn't get the street taco shells, I just got the small taco ones. So we have our onion. That's an onion. So we just move that to the side too. In the perfect world, we have a little small bowl. We don't. So I'm gonna let it cool off some. You know how a lot of people use mushrooms for a protein substitute? It's not giving me mushroom texture and taste. It has much. It has a bite to it, like a chew. Not super chewy, but I can see how if you are a very skilled chef or just someone who's vegan and have to learn how to adapt, how this can be transformed into any type of meat. So let's go ahead, y'all. Want tacos? So these are the two we made, but we have enough to make several. Like I said, we can feed up. It's 4 servings, and everybody get 2 to 3 very nice hot tacos. And it was hot still. Some of you guys have been waiting to see this. Before I did it. It's not giving me beef, but the flavor is there. Not necessarily beef flavor, but flavor is there. I'm wondering if we would have dried it out completely, like put it in the oven and kind of like dehydrated some, but then we still cook it in the sauce. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try the jackfruit with some barbecue sauce as in like a pulled chicken sandwich. So guys, if you try the jackfruit, whether you try this recipe or your own, let me know how you like it. I can't eat it how I want to eat it. It's still hot. But I see why this is a hit. Mm. You know what? I know we don't like cilantro, but in this dish, it works. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me tonight in the kitchen with Courtney. Um, slash girl talk. And come back next week for something very new, some very creative, something that you're for sure going to try at home. Bye.